Welcome back, guys, to the Whiskey Explorer. Tonight I'm doing a solo review, so no guests on tonight, but I'm sure you guys will be seeing some more whiskey tasters coming up in upcoming videos. And if you haven't had a chance yet, guys, don't forget, please click on the subscribe button below, hit that bell so you know when I'm posting new videos, and if you want, and you want to keep supporting the channel, head over to our Patreon page, check that out. We've got some new and exciting rewards there, and we're working on some other stuff as well for you guys. So that's exciting stuff, and check it out if you want. Alright, and thanks again for being back. Tonight, we have a bit of a different one. Interesting one. We've got, this is called Storm. So this is a blended malt whiskey. So this is, again, I touched on another video, but what used to be called a vatted malt, and now they're just calling a blended malt. So that means it's a blend, but specifically of malt, no grain whiskey in this one. And this one's called Storm, and it is brought to us from the Whiskey Shack company in Glasgow, Scotland. So not a whole lot on this one at all, but I did do a bit of research on it before I picked up this bottle. And what it's supposed to be a blend of single malt scotches from the island regions of Scotland. So I got really excited to try this one because I love island whiskies. So I love like Lechag, as you guys know, that was my whiskey of the year for 2018. It has, you know, the nice balance of peat and some sweetness as well. So then that one's from the Isle of Mull. Lots of other different ones. I like some of the offerings from Jura. I haven't tried any of their new line, but some of their older line had some good offerings in there. And yeah, just generally I like Islay whiskies as well, so I do like a bit of peat in my whiskey, a bit of smoke, a bit of the brine, the seaside quality that I love in Scotch. I was really hoping I would find that in this bottle here. It does say on here, on the top neck, you guys probably won't be able to see it on the camera there, but on the top neck here, it says malt whiskey with a peaty finish. And it even has peaty in capital letters. I can tell you guys right now, if you are looking for peat, this is one to skip. I couldn't detect any peat whatsoever when I tried it, and unfortunately that was a source, for me anyways, of disappointment. I guess especially like when you're expecting it to be there and it's not there, you're kind of like, oh, that's too bad. Especially with a name like Storm, you know, you kind of think of Talisker Storm, you think of the sea, but none of that, unfortunately, is there on this one. And I also, when I was researching this one, it was the last one in the BC liquor store, so price point on this guy, I picked this one up for about $52. And I also had read that really good glowing reviews from Jim Murray from the Whiskey Bible, and I say that with a grain of salt because, as you guys know, if you follow Jim Murray or if you've seen some of his reviews, he has some pretty outrageous high scores from some whiskeys that the rest of us in the whiskey community don't necessarily think are warranted. So anyways, this scored a 92 out of 100 points in his Whiskey Bible for, I believe it was either 2017. You guys, I'll get to my tasting notes and my opinion on the whiskey at the end, but I think again that's a gross overestimation of the quality of this particular whiskey. So without further ado, guys, let's get into a dram here. Nice kind of heavy bottle here. I don't really care for the branding on it. I think they could have done a better job with that, but nonetheless. This one here is bottled at 75, this one here is bottled at 43%, and you get a 750 milliliter bottle, so standard. A little bit higher ABV than just the 40%, which is nice to see, but I bet you there would have been more flavor coming through at 46 and above, which is where I like to kind of have my Scotch. So anyways, let's pour a dram of this and see what we can find in here. Alright, so nice cork closure on here. Yeah, nice big cork there. That's good. So pour a dram of this stuff, give it a try. Alright, let's have a quick look at the color there for you guys. Pretty medium, even kind of, actually no, not medium, light copper on this one. Light copper on this one. We have no information on whether or not this is chill filtered or color added, so I'm going to assume that both are present, so that it's chill filtered and that it's been E150 caramel coloring has been added to this one. But really hard to find out really if it's not kind of written right on the bottle there for us. And this one is, again, so this is a no age statement, which is fairly common for a blended malt. So let's see what we can find in the glass here on the nose. Wow, okay, so this is bringing me back to, it's funny to say, but it's bringing me back to my childhood and smelling Scotch when I was too young to drink it. My grandfather's Scotch, who was big time into the Scotch, and also my dad as well. It brings that memory, it was just like instantaneously back, and that's kind of sometimes how the sense of smell works, right? It's a very close link to memory. So immediately I get a really classic malt on the nose. The grain, very present, definitely grain forward, very malty, it smells sweet, you get butterscotch, you get caramel on the nose, vanilla. The primary one that's coming through the most is vanilla, so I'll go in for a second quick nosing. Over top of that, I get this like ethanol kind of smell. You know what it reminds me of, which is not a pleasant thing, is nail polish remover. The smell of nail polish remover, so acetone. So not a very pleasant nose on this one, with that kind of, I don't know, that's definitely pervasive in there. So, and not a whole lot else, to be honest, guys. There's a little bit of lemon there for sure, a little bit of citrus is present, but not a real challenging nose, pretty one-dimensional. So let's go in for a taste here. This one's going to be tough to give you guys solid notes on because there's just not hardly anything there. It's thin, it tastes a bit watery, there's definitely some malt character there, and some caramel flavor taste coming through. Definitely some pepper on the back end. Almost right away on the initial palate, I got the alcohol burn almost right away, which is not a very good sign. At 43% for a blended malt, this, I would expect this to be, or it should be, at this price point, pretty smooth. You can get a bottle of Naked Grouse for about $42 Canadian, sometimes a bit cheaper, but right around $42, so $10 less. It's far better than this. Black pepper on the finish, white pepper for sure, some spicy characteristics and notes on the back end. I'm going to go out there on, not on a limb, I'm going to go out there and say I'm pretty sure the whiskey in here is pretty young. I would not be surprised to find out that it's whiskeys that are composed of 5, 6 years old, maybe even younger, maybe the minimum, which would be 3 years for Scotch, for whiskey. I'll go for one last nosing for you guys, and then I'll let you know if I would pick this one up again. At least it's improving. It improved on the last sip there. I got a little bit of sweet, kind of nutty characteristic. So sort of almost like a pecan or a sweeter kind of almond. So maybe even actually, you know what's a good note would be like a marzipan, light marzipan on the finish there. All in all, it's not an offensive whiskey. there's just not a whole lot of character there to discover. And here at the Whiskey Explorer, we love exploring complex flavors. This is not one for that. So I'm going to go ahead on the record and say, for me, the Storm Blended Malt Whisky is not a buy. Would not buy this one, would not replace it. So with that, guys, I will leave you and see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to head down to the bottom of the video there. Click like if you like the video, subscribe to the channel, please leave a comment, let's try to grow this whiskey community, and if you'd like, also head over to the Patreon page and check out the rewards there. Alright guys, till next time, Salancha.